On Monday, September 14th, Needham High School Athletics officially announced they are moving forward with a Fall 1 sports season after much deliberation. The season begins on September 21st, with games starting the first week of October. There have been several safety modifications to many of the sports involved, and schools within the conference have been grouped into pods based on location. Chris Dugan talked with Needham High School Athletic Director Dan Lee to learn more about the latest update and Lee's message for Rocket athletes.
As you and I have talked over the past 5-6 months, we're trying to hit a constantly moving target. But where we're at today is we are moving forward with plans for a Fall 1 season, which will include boys and girls soccer, boys and girls cross country, field hockey, boys golf, and girls swimming and diving. It's going to look a lot different. So over the past month, as we got the modifications and guidelines from DESE and the MIAA about how we can do fall sports, then the ADs within the Bay State Conference have been working on putting together plans that make sense for the league. And once we had an idea of the format we were going to go with, then Mr. Jackson and I worked with the administration and local health officials in Needham to come up with a plan that makes sense for us. So it's gonna be different. One big difference is that we'll be playing in a pod of schools within the Bay State Conference. So this fall we'll play Natick, Wellesley, Newton North, and Brookline. And we've set it up so we'll play each of those schools in a home and home each week for soccer and field hockey. So that way, for any potential contact tracing, hopefully it doesn't come to that, but we'll know that we're playing these 4 schools as opposed to everyone else in the Bay State Conference where everyone's jumping all over the place. So it'll be a base 8-game season for soccer and field hockey. Girls swimming and diving will be also a 8-game season, but they will go virtually. So we'll be swimming virtual meets. So each school will swim or dive at their own respective pool. They'll have to do it within a given time frame, and then we'll have officials at each site, and we'll match times and scores afterwards to determine a winner. The most important thing right now is getting everyone back out on the field or in the pool or on the course, playing the sports that they love. So the priorities are certainly going to be a lot different this fall and maybe this school year, with less emphasis on winning and more the experience of the kids.
As we've previously talked in a bunch of our other meetings, I always ask you if you have a message or what your message is for student athletes. Do you have an update? I guess what's your message now for, student athletes and their families to, make sure the season happens as you guys want it to and make sure it continues?
Right. So, thinking back over our conversations over these past 6 months, and the message remains the same about following safety guidelines and making smart decisions. And that message rings true now more than ever as we have started the school year and are so close to getting back on the athletic field. And we've seen this past week some surrounding communities that have had to shut down schools and also athletics because the decisions of a few have affected not only the schools but the entire community. And we don't want to see that happen in Needham. We're going to be having a conversation hopefully with all of our captains from all sports, because these decisions won't just affect the Fall 1 sports, but they could have an impact on the winter, Fall 2, and spring sports as well. So we'll try to get that message across to our captains, who are our leaders, not only on the field, but in the school, that it's more important now than ever to be making good decisions and to follow all safety guidelines.